What's going on, guys? So welcome to Prop Dude Studios. This is the first video of our brand new YouTube video. So I'd just like to say first off, thank you for coming to watch us, and hopefully we will progress and get better and better. This is a new route that I've decided to take. It's a big venture. Never been one of YouTube in terms of putting content out there. But I thought, it's a better way to engage with my audience and also build up my engagement for not just YouTube, but also Insta, Facebook, and whatnot. So, why am I here? Why am I sat in front of you talking about rubbish? Well, what I do and who I am is I am what they call a prop maker. So, I spend my evenings and most of my days building helmets and also models and busts. It all varies depending on what I feel like doing. As you can see, there we are. So I first started doing prop making about 2 years ago now. It all started with my Mandalorian helmet, which I am showcasing right now. My complete armour and my whole kit took me about 6 months to make, I'd say. There was a lot of fails and a lot of redos and retries, just basically getting to grips with things. And yeah, so after I made that, I thought, I've done alright here. Maybe I can make more of this stuff. So I started making new stuff and bigger and better things. So my second helmet I decided to make was, in fact, inspired by the Gladiator. So it went from being half Mandalorian with the touch of Roman gladiators, just giving that little vibe off. So started off, we got the cowl. So we got the bucket here, and then we printed off this separately and stuck it on. It's not pretty. It's not the best, but it was my second ever try at doing something like this. It's pretty basic inside, nothing magical. What I tend to do when I'm wearing these things is I'll get like some foam, a pool noodle. I'll cut it up, stick it inside, and that way it will stop things from wobbling. As you can see, pretty secure. That's what we do with the helmets. Everyone talks about padding and whatnot. You do not need anything fancy because it is inside your helmet. It's just there to hold it. So that was my second ever helmet, and I was pretty happy with that. At that point, I thought maybe I can start doing commissions, pushing myself out there a bit more. So then we did a Wolverine helmet type cowl mask thing. This was for a customer over in America. I'm in the United Kingdom. We did 2 of these. I wanted to make sure that the customer was happy with the first one before I sent it over there. And that's where this one came out. A little bit dusty, but yeah. So that was the end product. Now this took a lot of preparation to get correct. The yellow was an absolute nightmare, but it came out pretty well. I started learning about weathering, making it look used, and that's how far we came with that. So at this point, I started building up the prop dudes pretty well, and started getting myself recognised a bit more, and things started to escalate a bit. So we'll pick up on that right now. So, the escalation of the prop dudes. So, how it started to rapidly grow for me, and to the point where I kind of realised, okay, maybe I've got something here. Maybe I can see myself doing this full time. It all kind of started with the release of Helldivers on the Xbox. There was a big market there, great game. And there were more and more people that wanted to go to conventions, Comic-Cons, etc., showcasing these amazing Helldiver kits. And that's where I thought, okay, let's give it a go. And that's where we came up with this. Now, some of the stuff I designed myself, some of it I pay for a commercial license to be able to use. This is a file from Galactic Armory. I print it off, and at that point it then gets painted and the iron sets get put in. And this is what we came up with. Now, I was extremely happy with how this came out. And there we go. Again, very simple. Nothing crazy about it. Inside, bare. If people want padding in there, all I do is put some foam in there. I do not charge extra to do that because anybody can get it. Anybody can just add some foam in there. Hot glue gun, bit of glue, you know, Bob's your uncle, you've got a helmet. Sizing, everyone's got different shaped heads. I tend to do small, medium and large. I started doing made to fit sizing, so I'd measure the helmets to everyone's head circumference. But then because of how many orders I was getting through for Helldiver helmets, Mandalorian helmets and whatnot, it was taking a lot, you know, and I decided, okay, how about we put it into brackets? So if you're a, let's say 56, you know, centimetre head circumference, you come into the medium size bracket. 61 centimetre, you know, head circumference, you come into the large bracket, and so on and so on. And that's just how it worked. But these things really started to push my business forward, and we were able to do more and more conventions, getting out there, doing stores, etc., and it was really good. So then we took a jump, and we're like, I'm enjoying doing this. So I might be going off on a bit of tangent here, but I thought, instead of just doing helmets, why don't we ever get models and busts and figures? I'm not sure about you guys, but I'm a massive horror guy. I like my horrors. And I love Art the Clown. You know, I think he's the most creepiest guy out there. But he's one cool looking dude. So that's where I came up with this. Now this is a design completely by myself. So it's one of my most prized possessions. Whoops. And this is where he came out. Now, I'm not completely finished with him yet. But I am at the point where I am happy with the overall status of him. I mean, just look at them teeth. Absolutely incredible. Now, we took that to Warsaw Comic Con. And I had no intention of selling it, but I had so many people come up to me. And again, it just pushed me that little bit further. So what I'm trying to say, guys, is if you're going down the route of prop making, showcase your stuff, get it out there, take pictures of it, show people, take it to conventions, you know. If you're proud of something, show it off. If you're not into prop making, but you're going down the route of cosplay and going to conventions and whatnot, again, same thing applies. Take photos of your kit. You know, get as many photos as you can and show people what you've got, whether you've made it or whether you commissioned it. Get it out there, guys. Show everyone. Show, you know, be proud of what you are and what you're doing. Because when I sit there and I'm scrolling through Instagram or TikTok or whatever it is, and I'm seeing all these amazing kits, it makes me proud to be a prop maker, because helping you guys achieve that look it's just a different feeling. You know, honestly, guys, it's out of this world. And some of the things that you guys all come up with is absolutely amazing. So I think that leads me on to my next project of why I decided to do this. You know, it's just being able to sit there and think, I don't have to be that 9 till 5 guy who goes to work and everything. On my weekends, I can dress up, I can, you know, suit up, put on these helmets, put on these kits and everything. Just be somebody different, and that's what it's about. You know, it takes us a bit away from reality for that 2 seconds, or that, you know, as soon as you put that helmet on, that's it, you're a different person. As soon as you put that costume on, you're a different human. You know, it's one of those feelings where you can't explain it. And I'm proud to say that I'm in that community. You know, and for those that are interested in doing it, I invite you to do it. Honestly, it's something else. I think personally for me, the cosplay community has got to be one of the best communities that I've ever been a part of. You've got all these different side communities that just come together and just share one big passion. You know, you've got the Halo fan base, you've got Howard other fan base, you've got Star Wars fan base, etc, 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 and everyone just comes together to show everyone what they've made and who they are, and it's just absolutely amazing. You can go to someone and say, you know, I'm struggling with this, you know, have you got any ideas of what I can improve on? And there'll be no slandering. People will be there straight away to help you out. You know, it's absolutely amazing. So I think this is coming towards the end of this first video now, of just basically talking about who I am and why I got into this. And I think for future videos, what I want to start doing is just basically bringing you with me to build helmets. You know, show you what I do and the steps that I take. And I'd really like it if you guys can give me some feedback, because without the feedback, I might be doing something wrong and I don't even know it. But no. So, quick little snippet of some of the things to come. So this is a little helmet that I'm working on at the moment. At the moment, it is just prepped. You know, we've got the top really nice and smooth now, and we're starting to sand it down, get it to the point where we can start priming it. But that's going to start to come in future videos, and that's what you can expect from this channel. You can expect to be brought along and share the interest of cosplay, and I'm really excited to bring you guys with me. So thank you for tuning in, and thank you for watching.